A part of me really wants to believe that this is a sick joke. Snow in April, but honestly, you know what? It is real. It's the Midwest, it's Ohio, it is tragic. I really do not understand how or why this is real life. It just doesn't make sense. Today in Cincinnati, we broke a record that I really, truly do not want to be a part of. We got the most snowfall we ever have this late in the season. Ever! It was only like 2 to 4 inches, but it's about to be May. So I am just not happy. Like, I am just so sick of it. And I feel like I always get like this at this time of the year when you're just so excited for spring. I feel like I'm just so sick of wearing turtlenecks and bulky pants. I'm wearing 2 pairs right now. Like, I'm just so excited for the nice days. And I always say when I think about moving to like Florida or Arizona or Southern California, like I just can't imagine not having these seasons the way they are. And I can't imagine not having that extreme happiness of like, wow, finally we're not freezing our butts off. Like I don't know what it would be like if you just had warmness all year round. Like would you take it for granted? I don't know, but I am just not happy. I just need it to be warm, and it's just not. Another day, another freaking turtleneck that I don't want to be wearing right now. But actually, I haven't even looked at the temperature outside. I'm sure it's a depressing number, so not even a point. Yeah, 34. Are you kidding me? Chance of snow again? First of all, I am not making this up. Second of all, this was not planned. Really did not know that was a thing. Lately though, things around here have been quiet. A little bit too quiet for my comfort because I feel like whenever we don't have breaking news, sorry, Zach. Whenever we go a while without any breaking news, you just know it's coming. Like you're just like, what is about to happen? And really, the last time I was on breaking news was like 3-4 weeks ago even at a fire, and other than that it's just been so quiet here. I don't know, like there hasn't been too much happening, at least not overnight. You know, obviously maybe things might be happening during the day or evening, but obviously I work the overnight morning hours and we haven't had a lot. And right now what you were witnessing is me jinxing everything. Who knows what's about to happen, but I was just thinking about that because as I am sleeping, I have the most, what's the word, like unsettled rests ever at night because I am waking up probably 4 or 5 times throughout just the 4 hours that I sleep at night, because you guys know I split sleep, so I don't sleep a lot at night. And I always check my phone, check my email. What is happening? Is there a crazy situation I'm gonna have to go to in just a couple of hours? I have an Apple Watch that I wear to track my fitness, and I refuse to wear this thing at night to track my sleep because it just would be way too depressing to see how little sleep I really get. Oh, I didn't even say, this week we were prepared for things to get crazy. It was the Derek Chauvin trial, the former Minneapolis police officer who was found guilty on all 3 charges. And as journalists, like we just didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what the verdict was going to be. Obviously we had the huge protests last summer. That was crazy. So we were getting emails from our bosses, our news director, just on tips for handling this, tips for verbal de-escalation, because obviously if you're at one of those protests as a journalist, like people don't like you. People don't want you there. Just people do not like us typically, which is very sad. And to be honest, kind of scary. You just don't know what's gonna happen. So I feel like that's kind of why I'm expecting like things to happen this week. I'm like, oh my gosh, just because at the beginning of the week we got those emails with just preparing for this, and I don't know, I'm unsettled. Guys, I just want to start out this clip by saying you're welcome. We have some unopened peanut butter. It has been untouched, and Zach over here is going to do the honors. Oh, just look at it, and now glob it in. Yes, absolutely yes. And this is his little protein shake that he has every morning. A lot of you guys have been asking for an update on the apartment situation, and by now, pretty much everyone is aware. We got noise complaints about, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. It didn't make sense. We're not loud at all. We knew who was complaining on us. It was the person below us, and she was the one making so much noise. So we were so confused. Zach had a meeting with her. Kind of it just all fell to the wayside. Like we just got over it. Like we had the meeting and we were just like, I say we. It was Zach. I was napping at home. And I don't like these situations. Like I'm not a confrontational person. So it was good that Zach won. We kind of forgot about it. But can I just say that it's always the people in life, and back me up in the comments, do you feel me on this one? It's always the people in life who complain, who are actually causing the problems. I don't know what it is, but it's something I've noticed where this woman had the audacity to complain about us, yet she makes more noise than I can even tell you. And honestly, it's not even that big of a deal. Like it's not disrupting my life to a crazy degree. I wouldn't even be coming on here telling you about this if it wasn't for the fact that she complained about us. Like, how are you going to complain about us and make all of this noise? And the noise was so bad the other day, which we realized what the problem was when Zach texted her, that we just were constantly looking at each other like, what is happening? I woke up from my nap to absolute screaming downstairs. Turns out she has, I guess, a niece and a nephew, or just a nephew, I don't know, one of the two. And I woke up to screaming, and I asked Zach what the heck was happening. He said he thinks the person got locked out or something. But the screaming was just an isolated incident. We were just hearing all day constant just banging. It just sounded like someone was just running around and just banging against like the walls and with, I don't know, with toys. It was crazy. It was crazy that we were even hearing this because, guys, we have lived in this apartment complex for over 2 years now. The walls are not thin. They're just not. They're not thin. We never hear a single soul. We have a dog that does bark right next to us, but we don't hear it inside these walls of our apartment. Like I hear it when I'm in the hallway because that's how soundproof they are. But these noises were so loud, I was getting annoyed, and it takes a lot for me to get annoyed, but I was so annoyed. I'm like, just stop. Like, what are you doing downstairs? And finally, it was 10:30 at night. I was just like, this is ridiculous. And at that point, we had no idea what was going on downstairs. And Zach asked me, do you want me to text her? Because when they had that meeting, she was actually the one who initiated like, hey, let's exchange phone numbers. My first reaction, I actually said no. I was like, no, don't text her. Because I just don't like confrontation. I don't like to be mean. I just don't like this. But then I was just like, honestly, do whatever you want. So I went to bed, woke up the next morning and was like, did you find out what the heck was going on? Brought Zach in here because he's the one who did the texting. So I thought he could share this wealth of information with us. And I actually haven't really heard it verbatim. So hit us with it.
Yeah, I mean, all I said is, hey, I'm not sure what the banging / running around noise has been all day, but now that it's late, can you try and keep it down? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, and then what'd she say?
She just says, I apologize. I have my godson. He's almost 8 and a handful. I said, all good. 8 is a crazy age.
That's such a cute little response. But I mean, like I said, like, it's totally fine. And if it was anyone else, I really wouldn't think twice. I'd just be like, oh, whatever. Like, I would never complain about it, you know, to the apartment complex or anything like that. It's just the fact, and it's just laughable, that you complained about us, and now you're the one who is just the noisiest person in this entire facility. It's crazy. And I was telling Zach what was angering me so much. Zach has barely even gotten into 2 words. I'm just so amped up. Okay. My parents, when I don't want to question her ability to parent, but like
she's not a parent.
She's not a parent, but like when I was like 8, I was not allowed to just run around at 10:30 at night. Like that was my bedtime was at 9. So I totally get it if the kids need to run around during the day, especially being in an apartment complex. You just want to run around. Like I get it. But come on, 10:30? Really? Really?
I'm not nearly as worked up as you are about this.
Wow, the reversal! The reversal! What, you guys met and now suddenly you just love her?
No, I just think she's not a parent. So if she's got 2 little kids running around, I don't know. She can't handle it. That's a whole different issue than what we were dealing with last time.
Oh my gosh, man, you have just changed your tune once you guys met. I haven't seen her. She must be a model. Yeah, so I'm just a little bit heated about this. It's just annoying, and it's just the principle of it for me. Like, I'm not truly angry. I'm not about to call the apartment complex. I can survive with a little bit of running around downstairs. It's just the principle. You were the one who called on us, and you are being the loudest person here. Anyway, I'm just saying, if anyone wants to know the secret to Zach Rogel's heart, it's
about these 3 things.
Yeah, okay, actually, it's all your little weird drinks. What are these?
It's a protein drink and the Nuka juice.
But then, the real secret to his heart, rolls. You are just a lover of rolls.
Have we ever told this story at the party?
I don't know.
The funny story is we're at a Friendsgiving with my friends where we bring a bunch of stuff. I'm a big fan of Hawaiian rolls. I got these because of the sick deal. That's the fourth thing of the things I love, my deals.
Oh no, it was actually gonna be Love is Blind, but we'll talk about that in a second.
5 things I
You love a lot.
Yeah, I'm a bit so
You're a
lover, not a
lover.
fighter.
Yeah.
So I brought Hawaiian rolls because I knew I wanted them for myself. So it was like a selfish thing. That's why I brought them. Just not gonna lie.
On the list of they were giving, they're like, we have rolls covered. And I remember we're in the grocery store and Zach's looking at the list. He's like, rolls. Okay, so we should bring rolls. And I'm like, Zach, it's covered, so we have to bring other stuff. And I was like, this is suspicious.
So we made our cookies, we brought some alcohol, I brought Hawaiian rolls. And one of my buddy's wives decided that she was gonna make rolls, which now it's very sus because they looked exactly like this.
They really do.
So I don't know if she, now that I bought these from Kroger, seeing it in this pan, I'm not sure she baked anything. I don't know if people were really eating her rolls or not, but as the night went on, I progressively was getting drunker and drunker and just was crushing these Hawaiian rolls. Like when I could eat this whole thing in one sitting and it not even faze me in the slightest. So I just started going ham, like grabbing 2 at a time, eating it. We were in the living room playing like drinking games and stuff, having a good time. I said something along the lines of like, oh my gosh, I love these rolls so much. And she didn't know I brought rolls. She's like, oh my gosh, like that's great.
Yeah, I told Zach about this after because I was sober. If I don't know people well or I just don't feel comfortable for whatever reason, I can't drink. Like, I just weird. So anyway, I was dead sober. And I witnessed this whole thing. She was so flattered. And she's like, oh my gosh, like I baked them. And she like said like a little detail about like I did this. Like I added this on top, whether it was olive oil. But Zach was so drunk, didn't even hear her.
So then I didn't hear her. And then I was like, gosh, I'm so glad I brought these. And they just kept looking.
And her face, it was so awkward. She acted like she didn't hear Zach. And it was just very uncomfortable. But drunk little Zach is in heaven, not knowing he's ruining this girl's night.
I was just happy I had some rolls.
Glad you're happy. And Love is Blind, you like it?
Yeah, so I'm clearly late to the game. This came out like right when the pandemic hit last year. But I just didn't know if I'd like it, and I just don't really have anything on TV I'm watching right now, so I've just been like having it on. I'd recommend it if you like cheesy dating shows.
It's right up Zach's alley.
It's interesting, just obviously the whole twist on it, and now it's all the drama. I'm at the very end where they're supposed to get married or not. I mean, the first one they didn't get married, so I'm sure there's more drama to come.
Ooh,
so let me get to it over here.
Get to it. Meanwhile, it's that time of the night. Let's walk over, walk over, walk over. We are making dinner, so I have a potato and asparagus in the oven. Oh my gosh, like clockwork, it fogs up. And actually I need to, come on, camera, recover. Okay, there we go. And I need to put a chicken in the air fryer, and it's gonna be a good time. And dinner is served on this little section of our table that I've carved out with this huge computer that Zach still has. They still have not given him a laptop, which at this point I feel like they're not going to, and it's no big deal. But we got a section of the table, which is nice. I've got asparagus, grilled chicken, baked potato with avocado on top, some grapes, and this is my dinner. So it's official. I have found my dream car. This is a convertible from the 1950s. And obviously, as I'm sure you guys can tell, I am on a news story this morning. Basically, anytime I'm doing something, even the slightest bit exciting, it's for a news story. But seriously, this is awesome. These right here are my keys. My keys to a very, very average car. And what I want to do is take them, throw them away, and instead hop in this vehicle right here, the king of the road. It's really cool to be back here because I have not been at what's called the Duke Energy Convention Center, where a lot of big events happen, in over a year, since before the pandemic hit. It's like so weird. It feels like no time at all has passed. Like the last time I was here for this car show, which, oh my gosh, are you kidding me, was in January of last year. And it honestly feels like it was yesterday. Like it just feels like this past year didn't happen because like what did we even do this past year? I don't know. It's tripping me out, but it feels good to be back. Relatively normal, obviously not completely, considering I'm wearing a mask right now, which, can I just say, I never want these mask mandates to end. Like I just feel so protected and safe when I'm wearing a mask. Like, yeah, you could see me a little bit, but you can't truly see me. I don't know, I'm a freak, but really, if these mask mandates never go away, I'm happy. Oh my goodness. I just came to the most insane realization ever, and as I was sitting here thinking, who the heck can I bestow this wisdom upon, I glanced at my camera and realized, why, YouTube, of course. Seriously though, I'm gonna tell you guys like a line that just popped into my head, but it's not gonna make any sense until I give you the explanation. The line is, how you view yourself today is how other people will view you tomorrow. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. I just came up with that now. I mean, it really might exist in the world already, but it just popped into my head because of two examples. So the first is that Zach and I have been watching Love Island recently. We kind of go through waves, but right now we are feeling Love Island Australia season 2. And one of the girls on the show, who I'm not gonna say her name just because you'll see why, but she, in my opinion, is the prettiest, or at least that's what I always thought throughout. Probably we've seen, I don't know, 13 episodes so far. Like, I just stare at her and I'm like, oh my gosh, you are gorgeous. I just have always thought that, so much so that I looked her up on social media, found out she had a podcast, and I started listening to it. And on the podcast, she talks about the fact that she's just never really found herself good looking. She doesn't like her face. She will actually just chuck up peace signs and pictures and not really show her face and this and that. And as I was listening, I was thinking, like, what the heck? Like, how does she not think she's beautiful? She's the prettiest one on the show. That was probably a week ago. Fast forward, we're probably on like episode 20 now. There are a lot of episodes for Love Island. And I found myself thinking subconsciously, wow, she's not even that pretty. Like, this person's the new pretty one. Like, I'm thinking of other people. And I found myself thinking, like, every time she appears on the screen, I no longer have the reaction of like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Like, in my head, just all subconsciously, very like subconscious, I'm just like, oh yeah, like, okay, just another ordinary girl. And then I'm like, whoa, look at this other pretty girl. And I promise you, it has nothing to do with, she didn't change her looks throughout the show. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It's just, she told me what she thought about herself, and hey, that's what I ended up thinking. You have so much control over what people think about you, but not about your looks, not about, oh, I can put in hair extensions, I can do mascara, I can do this, I can do that. It's just what she thought about herself. And if she doesn't think she's great, why would I think she's great? She spends more time with herself than I do. She looks in the mirror more than I do. It's just so true that your confidence in how you present yourself is more important than even just all the exterior stuff, like fake tanner and nails and this and that. And speaking of nails, the second example, and this is what really drove it home, is I was watching a YouTube video just a few minutes ago where in the beginning of the video, I remember thinking, wow, I hate this person's nails. Like, it was just not my style. It's like long, and it was like, I think it's called like coffin, where it's like pointy. Ew, I was just like, these are the most disgusting nails. Fast forward maybe 2 minutes into the video, she went on a whole spiel about how much she loved her nails, how unique they were, how cool they were, how much time it took the nail artist and this and that. And I am not kidding. Subconsciously, by the end of the video, she like went like that. I thought to myself, wow, like her nails look so pretty. What? Like, it makes no sense, but it does. It's like what someone tells you, how they present themselves, whether or not they're confident, like that all impacts how people see you. And it just goes to show how important confidence is. Probably one of my most common questions I get from you guys, like whether it's a DM on Instagram or on Twitter or comment on a YouTube video, is how are you so confident? And I always kind of look at that question and I'm like, am I confident? Like, it's kind of just, you fake it till you make it. That's really what it is. Like, there is no other choice other than to be confident, because I am me. I only have one of me. Like, this is what I've got, so why not rock it? I think it's important to hear, and a good reminder from time to time, that confidence is the most important thing you can have, and it's a choice. Like, it really is. It's not, oh, I can't be confident because my hair is this, or my skin is breaking out, or this, or that. Like, you can be confident. You can be confident with what you have today. You can also work toward what you want, but like, you can still be confident in yourself. Anyway, I am going on a rant. That's my cue to end the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and then also be sure to turn your bells on. If you're already subscribed, that is, because obviously subscribe, but then bell notifications, because with my upload schedule, it's kind of a little crazy. I'm on that Saturday 10 a.m. kick. I've seriously not missed a Saturday 10 a.m. upload in almost 2 years, which is crazy. But I randomly upload on Wednesdays, where sometimes I don't upload on Wednesday, other times I upload on Wednesday at noon, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8, 9, 10. So definitely turn your bells on so you can be one of the first to watch my voice. Talk to you guys later.